And start recording, start streaming. Facebook should be go live. And we should be going live, Evan. And I'm going to share this bad boy to my page.
All right. Oh,
I see us.
I need to get the Book of Face open.
Yeah, you should.
I was just checking out YouTube. Alan said that we actually got a comment on our YouTube video. Actually, a single comment. That's
I know.
That's our first.
Hey, man, we're
we got a comment.
You know, it's kind of lonely up here, Evan. You know, being up on top and everything.
Yeah, with our major views we get. Yeah. I'm surprised that those comments hadn't been rolling already.
And
that's cool.
Yeah, man. I thought it was cool. We're growing. We keep growing, man. I like it.
Right.
And there we are. I see us, and we are live. Gang, it is show 151 of the AlfromDtown&Chili442 Show. Welcome. First, I said a couple things last week. We kind of talked about the Super Bowl. I got to take a couple things back, man. Philadelphia acted like fucking idiots and like flipped cars over and busted windows in shops and all kinds of shit. And their team won. Imagine if them motherfuckers would have lost.
That's that happens. It's funny you mentioned the Super Bowl about taking it back. Last week I went online because we end up watching a movie and we didn't watch the Super Bowl, and you know how it is when one person doesn't care, you know. Anyway, I went and watched it online, just the halftime, and the one I got, I don't know, it was almost like bootleg. I didn't see a lot of the stage, a lot of the stuff. I'd read about some things, but anyway, I watched it again, the halftime, and kind of took it all in. Looked at all the symbolism, kind of read about it. It's kind of funny going online. There's a lot of Gen Xers that were like, you know, now that it's explained to me, I really kind of get it. You know, there's the halftime show went over a lot of people's heads, and it went over mine too at first. You know, I really had to go back and take a view of it. Props to the dude, man. It was well done.
Yeah, that's why I said
it was neatly done. The Samuel L. Jackson part, at first I was just like, this seems anti-establishment, and the Super Bowl is not a place usually where it's anti-establishment. At least not to me. It's usually, let's hold hands, have a good time. We're here to watch the game, and let's hear some good music and let's have fun. You know, it's not.
I agree with you.
So anyway, going back and watching it again, I'm like, you know, I really misjudged this one, and I think they said it was like the most viewed halftime show of a long time, and so I can kind of see why.
Yeah, I gave it a B. I kind of.
Yeah, going back and being schooled a little bit. I mean, like this whole thing, the whole diss thing, is not my.
Yeah,
everything going on. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I've listened to some stuff. I've talked to the kid, you know, the younger, you know, people. They know more about what's going on, and yeah, I reevaluated that one, and I gotta say, it was pretty interesting performance.
Now listen to me. I don't know if you watched and I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it. So I started to watch a couple videos. But like the Americans played the Canadians, and during the American anthem, the Canadians started booing. Well, then they get to fist fighting and shit, and we ended up whooping their ass 3-1. But yeah, and maybe that because Drake, the guy that Kendrick, dissed,
Mm-hmm.
is Canadian.
Ah, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they started a war.
I don't know.
I don't think so, but yeah. So if you didn't dig it, it's cool. There's been halftime shows that I haven't liked. Most of them. So, but yeah, I said Eagles weren't. We said it would look like a Decatur celebration, which I don't know. You it would if you had one today. They'd probably be flipping cop cars and shit.
Yeah, that's probably what you'd get.
Do better, D-Town. Man, a lot of shootings and shit.
Yeah, but anytime that you get a mass crowd like that with, something, a big win like that, it happens.
Pairing.
Why did that just say pairing?
I just kicked my mic
Oh, was that you?
amp on. I kicked my mic amp on, and because I noticed it wasn't on. Hope people are hearing me okay.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard pairing now, and that scared me. I was like, oh, please, nothing. My phone start playing some dirty movie I was watching.
No.
No. I don't watch much porn anymore. How much is much?
I don't know.
Oh man. Anyway, Evan, how'd your weekend go?
Weekend, pretty good. Just didn't really do much. We got Valentine's Day. We got 2 baby chicks.
All right.
We went to this farm and bought 2 baby chicks, little silkies. And so, we have a cardboard box in our in our living room or our Four Seasons room, and with 2 baby chicks in there, we're getting them started and getting them growing, and so that's kind of been taking the time, checking on the little chickies all the time, make sure they're all right.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, that's
Little
what I want.
fragile things.
Yeah, that's what I want to do eventually.
It's one of those things, like, we kind of not jumped into it. We've talked about it for a couple years, and then she started researching it, and then she's like, hey, I found this this coop. We're gonna do it. We need to, we got 2 months before, if we get them now, before they're ready for outside. And it's you don't do it really for the price of eggs. It's gonna take some years before we pay off in eggs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's not something you just get some chicks and you just throw them out some scraps.
Plus,
and
you need more than
dozens of eggs.
Yeah. You'd need more than a couple damn chickens anyway.
No, I plan to have 8. Our house can do 8 comfortably, and then you have to have a little coop and then a run, and you need about 8 square feet per. So you do the math there. So you have to have their coop and then a run. Everything has to be enclosed because of predators, especially here where there's lots of woods. There's raccoons, coyotes, foxes, who knows what all is around here that can, even cats can wreak some havoc on some chicken. So I got some work to do, and I'm not feeling it, but I got to do it and get this pin up and get it secured. You have to put like hardware cloth around all the ways, like, so pests can't dig underneath your fence and get in there. And I mean, at night your chickens are away; they're locked up at night. They can't get to them, but it's going to be some work. And like I said, it's not one of those things like, oh, you're doing this because you just, cheap eggs. You'll get quality eggs, and they will pay for themselves in time. But it's not a zero investment, zero effort kind of deal.
Evan, me and you did a list last week on how I could be a better friend from the wonderful writers of Women's World or whatever, Women's Day.
Women's Day.
So I thought I'm going to ask you some questions. If you could have any superhero power, what would it be? You don't have to tell me why. Just what would it be?
That's a tough one. Do I want X-ray vision or the ability to fly?
Okay. You're doing X-ray vision and look at boobs.
I'm not going to deny it. I mean, there's other uses,
but there's like
benefits.
I think I would think mind reading would be a superpower.
Yeah.
I think
if you've been around long enough, you already know what people are thinking.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know, man. Like I said, flying would be cool. Mind reading.
Yeah, I think that would be mine.
That's a good call.
Evan wants to just be able to see through chicks' shirts.
Or fly. That does sound cool.
Yeah.
Just be able to jet off anywhere into the atmosphere.
Would you ever be naked in public?
Would I? You mean, have I?
No, this says, would you? Again.
Yeah, I would. Why not? It just depends on the circumstances, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
not against it.
There was one time that sucked because me and Evan and a couple chicks skinny dipped when they redid the duck pond, and the motherfuckers stole our clothes.
Well, the cops showed up or something. It was park security came around, so we split. Yeah, good times.
What's the best gift anyone has ever given you? Nothing sexual, Evan.
Oh man, I gotta think about that one.
Okay, we can get.
We're talking Christmas or birthday, or are we talking just?
I think in general. What's the best gift?
Well, probably getting my 68 from my dad.
I'd say so.
That was kind of a gift with the stipulation: if you get your ass through college, I'll give it to you. And that's what really got me sticking in there. Best gift. Yeah, that would be up there.
What's the craziest thing you hope to do one day?
Craziest thing I hope to do, or just anything? I mean, I've done a lot. I got to think about that one.
All right.
Or you need to answer these as well. Are we going to go back and
okay, look, I've been naked in public. I haven't been answering these. I said I would be mind reader for the superhero. I've been naked in public with you.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, that don't sound good at all. Never mind. Mind your business. What's the craziest thing you hope to do one day? I think I've done everything. I bungee jumped.
I haven't bungee jumped, but I've jumped out of an airplane on a static line.
Yeah.
Not strapped to an instructor. So I didn't really get a free fall, much longer than 5 seconds, but I did navigate myself to the ground.
I don't know. I'm at the age now where it's like, yeah, I don't know. I should have done it. I might go like turkey run or something. One summer. That's about as wild as I'm going to get.
I would like to drive like a Top Fuel car to know what it's like. And I know it must kick you when six or whatever G's hit you in the back when the thing
Mm-hmm.
launches. I mean, when you're doing 0 to 100 in like less than a half or at a half a second, um, that would be pretty. That would be pretty cool. That's something you have to work up to. It's not like you just get gifted into a top fueler someday and make a 300
Yeah,
mile per hour run.
yeah. That
But
is
that's got to be something wicked.
that is one thing I'm wanting to do, man. I'm wanting to find me a project car.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I know. I know I don't, but I do. I do.
So much for financial stability.
I don't. I know. Do you have another nickname? What's the weirdest nickname that someone has for you? I think everybody calls you Chili.
Oh, I've had a couple people call me Spread. Um, it's weird, like when you're around some people and then other people like what, and it's there's like we're talking just a few on the planet, but it's so completely natural to them. But yeah, I guess that would be a wild one.
Would you want to explain why they would call you Spread, Evan?
Man, it was just one of those things that morphed. I had a friend in college. He had some tape and it had a song on there called Metalhead, and I was a metalhead. He really was. He was kind of into guitar, but he really wasn't, into metal. And I was kind of into metal. So he started calling me Metalhead. And then it turned into Evanhead. And then some other dude started calling me Evan Spread because he was all fucked up one night. And it was Evanhead, Evan Spread. And then it just turned into Spread for this group of people for longest time. And I was known as Spread. But yeah, there's some people call me Chili, work environment stuff, and I don't tell them to or not to. It's just if they do, I'm like, okay, whatever, that's a given. But yeah, I would say that's probably one of the weirdest ones. Although when I was a kid, my dad called me Poncho because he I guess I slept so much that they thought I was Mexican. Yeah, it was kind of a little slightly dark complected, being Greek. And so anyway, for the longest time I was Poncho, even till I was, maybe, I don't know, 10 years old. And one of my dad's friends, when I'd say, hey, Poncho, and I never cared for it. I'm like, what the F is with this name? But anyway, so there you got two of them.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I had a friend, Adrian, to this day still calls me Smooth, and it's SMOOVE. And that's just that's a long story. I can't get into all that why I got that one, but yeah. And then Al, I've always got Al or Alzy now. I get called Alzy a lot. Thanks, Leah.
Big Daddy Squirrel Nuts.
Hog Nuts.
That's it.
Robbie was Squirrel Nuts.
That's it.
Little Daddy Squirrel Nuts. Last one, Evan. If you could live during any period in history, when would it be and why?
As I look back on everything, I think we're living in the golden years right now. I think I'd just like to back up 20 years. I wish right now that I was 20 years older. Yeah. Like kind of like my parents got to see more of the development of the telephone. Going from zero, you got your telephone, your TV, everything that now they've got little computers they carry in their pockets. What they've seen. I mean, what we got to see is really neat when I look back on it.
Right.
But I wish I was maybe 20 to 30 years older, got to see more of like the 60s. I know that wasn't the greatest time. We look back on, muscle cars and, Jimi Hendrix and the Doors. No, there was a lot of shit going on in the 60s.
Yeah.
But I wish I got to see more like 50s, 60s life, 70s more. Because these are really interesting times when we look back at history, the development of the industrialization in the last in growth in the last 100 to 150 years is just insane compared to the rest of periods of time.
I think I would want to go back to like I hate to say it, but only if I could be Italian and I could be like directly in the mob. But I would love like the 30s, 40s.
That
Just
was probably interesting times. Yeah.
just because that and man, no matter where they went, they were wearing suits. If they were going on drive-bys, they wore suits.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I like getting
Yeah.
dressed up every now and then, you know?
Yeah,
Give
they
me a
would put you
top
full of
hat.
lead, put you full of lead with respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, to watch the Untouchables and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's interesting times.
so that's where I mean I'd want to go back because I mean honestly I don't know if I'd want to go much into the future. I'm kind
Mm-mm.
of and when I look back, I don't want to like live. Yeah, I don't know. Although I think the old west would be cool, but see, I'd want to be like an outlaw cowboy or something. So,
Yeah,
in
I
all
think
my things, I'm a bad guy.
I think a lot of the old west is kind of glorified, like the
It
medieval
is.
times. Like
Yeah.
that was probably not as much fun as we think, and
No.
I think like medieval times completely different. But a lot back then, everybody was just they were trying not to die of diarrhea. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was a whole different like life was not easy for most people until the last 100 so years, modernization of medicine and everything.
Well,
And
Evan, we
yeah.
just answered questions from Love to Know, and this was 170 dating questions to get to know each other better.
Interesting stuff to think about.
Yeah. It made our
What?
podcast closer.
Yeah. Would I want X-ray vision or would I want to fly?
And this one I did for me to see if how many of these I can check off. 21 things broke people waste money on. Times is tough. That dollar ain't quite worth a dollar anymore. If you want to spend a dollar, you got to spend a dollar 30 something maybe.
Okay. What do we got?
Number one, overdraft fees. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
That's horrible.
Sometimes that shit happens. Nobody, I don't think intentionally. Like, you know what? I'm gonna run these overdrafts up to about 120.
No, I know a person that will overdraft. If they're going to do it, they do it a lot because it's a $30 fee on their account up to like $500. So like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. So they'll overdraft more just because it's a flat fee up to that point. I'm like, you're just throwing money out the window, but
Yeah, but
that's how they operate.
Account maintenance fees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
That's
got
bogus.
Yeah, and look, if you got a bank that charges you to use your ATM card, get another bank.
Yeah, no, that's your money.
Yeah.
That's convenience they should provide.
Yeah, and I tell you what, these banks, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. The interest rate, like on a savings account nowadays,
It's nothing.
it's like less than 1%.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's like how? Wait a minute, and if you have a large amount of money, say you got 100,000 in the bank, and you go to that bank, you ain't walking out there with $100,000.
Oh no,
Most
not
banks
unless
don't have it.
Oh, you have to call ahead and arrange it, and have to tell them why, and they don't want to cough it up for no reason.
Credit card interest. Yeah, that's a big one.
Go back to that. Talk about banks.
Okay.
You're out and about a lot. I'm not. Do you see armored cars running around like you used to?
No, I don't. Well, now you see them because we are in Illinois and they legalize gambling. and now you have these video poker slot machines everywhere. They're in gas stations, they're in restaurants, they're in bars, they're everywhere.
That's true.
And then they also have these little pop-up stores that, I think they do a lot more harm than good. I know Illinois has taken a shitload of money from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that dispensary. So I was just curious if
We should
banks,
not be
like
paying.
I said, they don't have big stashes of cash anymore. Most people don't handle lots amount of money, and the little small branches just don't carry it.
The money that government has made, the Illinois state government has made from marijuana and legalized gambling, should wipe out every working person's state tax on their income. It should, because it's billions of dollars. And if we actually had people that were managing our money good, but
I remember years ago, Colorado, people said, well, I don't know what I think about the whole legalization, but ever since then, our roads have gotten a lot better. This tax dollar generation, but a lot of people were going in and out of Colorado because it was the only legal state. But seen some construction around Peoria area and so forth in the last couple years, but I hope that money's going to good use.
Well, some of it is going to.
You see, Harristown, Illinois is going to, not Harristown, Forsyth.
Oh,
they have a dispensary.
Are they? I think that's
Harristown has one already, correct?
Yeah, and they've already. Yeah, I mean, they're already reaping them rewards.
But not in Decatur. So.
Nope. Instant transfers. I don't like this. Broke people often need money more quickly, leading to such things as instant transfers on platforms like Venmo, which charge a 1.75% fee. Okay, you know what? If you need that money right now, a couple bucks ain't gonna motherfucking kill you.
Right.
And maybe you shouldn't charge it, motherfucker.
But yeah, it's the fees, man. Being poor is expensive.
Government fines. The system can punish folks for being broke by fining them for things they can't pay for.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like insurance and emission tests, expired tags, and late fees.
What's the wonder what the penalty is for expired tags?
I don't remember.
I remember last year or two, there was somebody like Tennessee, one of the southern states, a guy got pulled over. He had an older vehicle, hadn't renewed his tag since like 83. And I'm like, that dude, if you look at all the money he saved over time versus his fine, it almost sounds like a good gamble, but I don't like being pulled over, period. So I try to stay on the clean side.
Well, I won't go into that. Lottery tickets.
That's an idiot tax, just all in general.
Yeah, they're saying that lottery tickets are another way the government takes advantage of broke people.
It's all people.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a better chance of a pig flying through your roof than
man, that'd be free.
Winning the lottery.
That'd be cool, man.
Just saying.
Have me some sports betting. Yeah, any kind of gambling, man. Especially if unless you're just stupid rich, which none of us are.
No.
I mean, now
like
if you go to Vegas or something, and if you want to go and gamble a little bit, just set you out a little bit, and that you're not going to lose and be, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yeah. If you're going to Vegas, it's mostly for entertainment. But if most hardcore gamblers, if they don't, or poor gamblers, they're not heading to Vegas. They're heading to the local gas station.
Cigarettes.
Expensive.
The average price of cigarettes is $8 a day. I'm sorry, if you smoke a pack of cigarettes in Illinois, it's around $11 to $12 a day.
Okay, so you're talking $350 a month. That's half of a damn good car payment.
Let's see, 12. So that would
350.
About $5,000 a year, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is one thing. I buy probably a pack of cigarettes every 9-10 days. I still want one every now and then. But yeah, basically they kind of just sit there. So
yeah,
from from 2 packs a day, I can't complain, man. Alcohol. And I think they're calling a single drink at a bar can cost $8 to $15. And in Vegas, a lot more. While a 6-pack at home can cost $10.
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day. It's expensive to go out and drink.
Recreational substances.
Yeah, they're expensive too. Grow your own.
Expensive phone plans. Yeah, man.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of alternative these days. Kind of, it's a given almost. You not to have a smartphone, but you kind of have to be connected and be part of it someday. And it's just how much more to have a smartphone.
Yeah. And speaking of the next one on the list is new phones. And it says, speaking of phones, they can be very expensive with the new iPhone running up a charge of over $1,000.
Yeah, and what do you get on a new phone these days? What is advancing? I didn't want my new phone that I've had for 2 years. I didn't want it. I was more than happy with my previous phone. It did everything that I needed. What's the advance? I don't know. Do people still freak out about the latest iPhone like they used to?
Yeah. There's some idiots that go and wait in line. I think it's
why.
I don't know, dude. I hate going into them places.
I hate the idea of losing my phone, have to redo everything, or just getting a new one and having to get everything situated, get around, navigate whatever new. I mean, last time I went from a Droid to Droid, but before going from an iPhone to a Droid, man, I was lost for days. And remember Vicky, last time she got a phone, she had so many things she couldn't get into. She broke down and started crying. I'm like,
yeah, man.
I don't want a new phone. The last thing you want is a new phone.
Yeah,
it's backward.
It's because you got to go in and deal with them people, man. Next one on the list.
Passwords and everything else.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember none of that shit. They asked, man, I don't know. 21 things broke people waste money on, which I've checked off a lot of them so far. The drive-through. I'm getting, dude, there for a while I was eating out almost every day, and I'm really curbing that. I got it down to about once a week maybe now.
It's a lot of money for garbage.
It
Fast
is.
food, that is.
Yeah, it is.
Food's expensive, just plain and simple these days. But for what you're getting and through the drive-through, it's most of the time it's a major disappointment, and it's just like this is. I don't know. I wish still back in Decatur, so I could, if I needed fast food, I could get to a Crackles.
Yeah, right.
At least it was somewhat like real and local, and not just complete garbage.
The other day, this next one, gas station items. Yeah,
Don't go in there.
you just want to pump your gas and leave.
That's ultimate markup in there. It's your highest.
Bro, I'm sitting there and I was like, I needed a drink. And so I grab a drink. I'm waiting in line. I see a pack of just regular pack of M&Ms, not the king size pack, just regular pack. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking, I didn't have my glasses on. I'm looking, I was like, I know that does not say $3.19. I know it doesn't. I'm looking at it, I was like, maybe $2.39. I was like, I still ain't buying them. I got up there, it was $3.49 for a pack of M&Ms. I'm like, you're out your damn mind.
Yeah, I never go in gas stations for anything unless I really have to, unless I'm road tripping and I really need to get a drink or something or a snack. But most of the time, never. My normal back and forth to work, stop at the gas station on the way home, fill up the tank. I keep on going. I stick the credit card in, pull the credit card out, and I go. Don't go in there.
Yeah. Next one on the list is low quantity goods.
Low quantity. Yeah.
It says
Always get better deals in bulk.
right. Williams believes that broke people lose money over time by not buying in bulk. Instead, saving money in the short term by buying one item rather than buying in discounted bulk.
Yeah.
But at the time, you might not, if a roll of toilet paper is, I don't even know what a single roll would cost now. $9.
Think if it was $5 a roll out of a vending machine. You know? I mean, that's kind of way soda and stuff is sometimes. That's a little exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
Next one on the is low quality goods. Yeah, you get what you pay for.
True.
And that's like when people buy stuff from like the Dollar Tree, like a mop or something like that, and you use it once and it snaps in half. You're like, okay, you got your $2 out of that son bitch.
Yeah. You're in the tool deal these days. The Snap-on line, buy once, cry once.
Yeah, that's kind of true, man. You know what's funny is the tools that I started with that I got from like that were either Craftsman or
Pittsburgh.
Arbor Freight are those are starting to disappear because I'm breaking them.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're better off to buy a quality item. There's some things before where I didn't have the money, but I'm like, nope, I'm buying this. I'm buying a quality piece, and it's lasted me years and years, and I've never looked back. But yeah, that line, buy once, cry once, it's so true sometimes. But you got to do it, but we don't these days, and that's why everything is cheaply made in China kind of deal. We've gone that direction.
Yeah, yep. I see. Claudia said they're getting 5 to 9 inches.
I saw that, so I just looked at my Doppler, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming.
Oh, we're getting it too?
Yeah, it looks like it's on its way here.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snow day tomorrow. I'll come get you, Evan. We'll go play in the pickup.
Man, they had one like last week, and I think we got not even a half inch of snow.
I know. I was so disappointed. You know what? I wanted to call all my exes and apologize because I felt like that snowstorm. Very disappointing. I was promised inches.
And overly promised, under-delivered.
And you got that 2-3 inches.
Yeah, I can't believe it. When we were kids, that wouldn't even be talked about as even a snowstorm event or whatever. It would just be Tuesday. I mean,
dude,
I can't believe what they closed schools for. It wasn't that cold, and there was just no snow. So why are we that I don't know. Things have changed in our lifetime.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm thinking about doing if it snows again? I'm gonna walk around the damn neighborhood and shovel damn drives. I cannot believe that last big snow we did. No kids, nobody came up and was like, "Hey, you want your drive shoveled?"
Yeah,
Man,
kids don't do that
that was
anymore.
a money maker for us when we were kids. I remember we had a stepdad that got mad because he got paid, and me and my little brother went out like we were off school, so we went out that like Wednesday, Thursday. He got his paycheck on Friday, and me and my brother made his paycheck on like Thursday and Friday. He was mad as hell. We were like, "Hey man, don't be mad.
See, I never got to
Here's a
shovel for
20."
money because I was too busy shoveling my own driveway. My parents had a big driveway. I didn't have time to go to other people's. I had to deal with our own.
Next
That
on
thing was a bitch.
next on the list, Evan, 21 things broke people waste money on junk food. Yeah, but sometimes, man, that bag of chips, you know.
Yeah, but it's empty calories and it's junk. It's not healthy and it's expensive.
I don't like this one. Next one is looking rich. I do know what they're talking about, but I don't know that
Here's
most rich people that I see dress kind of sloppy.
here's the line. I heard this a couple years ago and I repeat all the time. Rich people stay rich by acting like they're poor.
Yep.
Poor people poor people stay poor by acting like they're rich.
I agree with that.
I say that to myself all the time about stuff and I try to give that to others. If there's one thing that I can give you that will stick with you, rich people stay rich by acting like they're poor. Poor people stay poor by acting like they're rich.
There you go.
There you go. I finally got to pass on a good piece of advice on this show.
I agree. Yeah. Evan, we're gonna hit some news real quick. It's around 8:40. These dogs better not start fighting. Child shoots, kills 2 home intruders in self-defense. Police say.
A
Damn.
kid did?
Yeah.
How old was this little marksman?
It does not. It does not say his name, but this was in Kentucky, Evan. It says a child shot and killed 2 men during a home invasion. They were dispatched to the house around 4:30 a.m. on Saturday for reports of a shooting. When the troopers arrived, they found 2 men with gunshot wounds. Jeffrey Allen, 51, was pronounced dead at the scene. Roger Smith, 44, was transported to an hospital, but he did not make it, Evan.
Oh, man. Rough one.
Police did not give the exact age of the child who shot the alleged intruders. Good for him. We need more kids like that.
If there's a state that a kid is going to shoot an intruder, I'd say Kentucky is probably a good one to.
You know what? It's good to teach your kids how to use that gun. That kid was, I'm hoping he, more than likely, he has shot a firearm. He knew what he was doing, and he protected his family. Good for him.
If he's mature enough and is trained enough, then I guess I don't see a problem with it. I don't like the idea of guns being near, kids that are unsupervised, and then again, we don't know the age of this kid, so kid is a general term.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we don't know its name. It says a child. I mean, a snake catcher stunned to find snake hiding in person's pillow. This will help
Just wanted,
y'all. Yeah, this will help y'all
just wanted
sleep.
to cuddle up.
Yeah, this will help y'all get to sleep. An experienced snake catcher found out he still hasn't seen everything. That was his first time. No, then you haven't been doing this very long, Daniel. He said that
First
this
time
is the first
finding a
time.
snake in a pillow.
Yeah, that he found a snake in a bed. We hear about that shit all the time. Way to go, Daniel. Loser. All your buddies are laughing at you. Well, anyway, so check that check your pillows. Did you hear about this person that was swallowed by a humpback whale?
I think I saw a clip of that.
Yeah, 20-year-old Venezuelan.
Is that the person on the kayak that kind of spit back out?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Yeah, it was a kayak, I think.
He was sucked in and then expelled. And the first thing he thought of when he was inside, he remembered Pinocchio. This ain't nothing like it at all. I can't light a fire in here. I can't sing songs.
And that's a guy who needs to go buy a lottery ticket.
Man, tomorrow. That would suck. Yeah, see, I tell you what, I ain't messing around with the ocean, man. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
No, I mean, I'll go out maybe waist deep, but I'm good. I gotta be able to see my feet. You know, because I don't want to be. No, look, sharks. They don't know what you are. They don't. Most sharks do not attack people, but they'll sometimes they'll mistake, you know, a human for something else. But there's other shit in that. We don't even know. We haven't even mapped out the ocean. We haven't explored like only a small percentage of it.
Yeah. Yeah, every couple of years they find some new species living on the ocean floor. It's like, oh,
and it's
we're still,
ugly.
Yeah, it's like go back in the dark. You creature, whatever you
are. Evan, we talked about the dog a couple weeks ago in New Orleans that it escaped several police cars, everything. Somehow he has been caught, and Evan,
yeah,
he's been adopted.
Oh, that's great.
Already. So far he's staying at the crib. But he's got a wild spirit, man. He's just going to run.
He's going to escape again.
A little more to the story. He was actually, the dog was rehomed during the last hurricane and came back on his own.
What happens?
Monkey blame for nationwide power outage in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, they climb up on those poles and yank on some wires. What do you do?
I tell you what, Evan, I don't know how you did that, but here, I got to show everybody because they've actually got a picture
of the typical power lines in India.
And I don't even know how Evan knew that. Oh, I don't know why that won't go. Damn it.
I'm not seeing it pop up.
Oh, here it is. I got it. Hold on. There is a monkey on a damn pole pulling on wires, Evan.
Yeah, their power grid there has got to be, I don't know what
the
their
worst
power
in the
company,
world.
How
As
they trace a wire to any business or whatever, it's complete spaghetti chaos.
dude, I am looking at it and it's giving me a headache. It, if
Oh,
if somebody came in and told me fix a wiring job like that at work, I'd probably be like, this is gonna be my last few minutes of work.
mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah, he got up there, so I can't believe you guessed that like that.
I could just only imagine. I've seen their power grid, their power poles and everything. I don't know how people don't get electrocuted all the time.
Yeah,
There's
no
wires running
shit.
everywhere, just willy nilly everywhere.
And I think I think we did where you could name a cockroach for your Valentine's Day. That was last week, and then there's a bull for 4.8. So that's it with weird and wacky news.
Hmm.
But our buddy Dave Moreland at Bozo Criminal of the Day, he's got one coming from across the pond over there in England. This guy was caught on CCTV breaking into a van, Evan, where he and an accomplice stole a nail gun, a cordless drill, and a charger. Their crime spree continued down the street where they broke into a Ford Focus and grabbed a silver ring. But wait, there's more. A couple miles down the road, they stole a wooden wishing well. These guys had to be drunk. Off a doorstep before dumping it on a nearby street. Then they attempted to use a garden chair to climb up and break into a nearby home, but failed to gain access. Video footage alone would have probably been enough to have our bozo place under arrest, but there was one more thing that landed him on the bozo report, Evan. Somewhere along the way, he stepped in dog shit.
Oh, no.
And left his shitty footprint all the way down the road. When they caught up with him, he was still wearing those shoes with dog poo still attached.
Oh, nasty.
What a shitty situation.
Yeah. That's gross.
So there you go. There's your bozo of the day.
That dude was trashed.
Oh, he had to be. Why?
Imagine.
That's the wooden wishing well gives it away. I can see some. Okay, you grabbed a nail gun, a cordless drill, and a charger. That's some money right there. I was thinking, okay, this might be, some real, and then the ring. But when you stole a wooden wishing well off somebody's doorstep.
Yeah, go directly to jail.
Yeah, you should.
Do not pass go.
Let me see, because there was another. I think there was another list. Oh, these are random bits of trivia, and we'll go through a few of them before we get out of here. Out of 20 billion pieces of Legos that are manufactured every year, just 18 per 1 million are found to be defective.
20 billion pieces a year?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I saw a meme once that they were the biggest manufacturer of rubber tires, that Legos were. How many little rubber tires they make a year?
Oh, I never even thought of that.
They're the biggest manufacturer. You didn't say what size.
Yeah, no shit. In March 2023, property developers were told to put back together a pub in Lancashire that they had taken down without permission. The Punch Bowl Inn, built in the 1700s, and was said to be haunted, had to rebuild using the materials from the rubble.
Oh, wow. Somebody screwed up.
Bad.
You done messed up. We can rebuild.
Moscow's metro, which is their subway, allows dogs to use the subway system to travel throughout the city. Some of them live in the subway, but some of them use it to take short trips through the city.
Yeah, that happens quite often.
That's cool as shit.
There was a dog that, it was in Seattle. They used to take the bus every day to the park and back, and then there's another dog that would they take a ferry boat up to was it Mackinac Island or something? They take the ferry boat and back every day.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty cool. They just give dogs passes. They know where they're going and they just give them passes.
Yeah.
It blows me away.
Antoine Walker, Evan, played for the NBA. He made over $100 million but filed for bankruptcy 2 years after he retired.
Typical.
Yeah. That's what happens to a lot of those, hate to say it, but music people too.
Oh, lottery winners. Yeah. They could go bankrupt. They think that fountain's not going to end. And
there are over 300,000 species of beetles currently identified. These represent only 30% of the species.
Wow. I had no idea.
No. Well, that's why people listen to us, Evan.
Yeah, to learn these things.
Dairy Queen sells soft serve, not ice cream. To meet the definition of ice cream, the butterfat content needs to be 10%.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that. Like I was saying a couple of weeks ago, where got the Breyers and it wasn't ice cream. Thought it was ice cream, but it was frozen dairy dessert or whatever they call it, because they can't call it ice cream.
The brown on blue color scheme in the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man was a result of the company having a rule against black backgrounds for non-space games.
Interesting factoid.
Yes. The District 9 voices were made from the sound of pumpkins being rubbed together, combined with clicking and the actors' voices.
What movie?
District 9.
District 9. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Weird sound effect.
Yeah. Professional screamers are actually hired for movies. Very often, the screams you hear in the movies don't come from the stars, but from specialized actors.
I guess I'm not surprised. Never thought. I mean, you got hand models, so I'm sure you got scream actors.
Myth about Bonnie and Clyde: they were legendary bank robbers. In reality, they mostly robbed small grocery stores and gas stations.
Really?
Yeah, they said in the 4 years they targeted banks, they hit less than 15. That's still, come on, less than 15? That still makes you a fucking bank robber.
Yeah.
They didn't get away with much money, and a lot of times Bonnie stayed home and wasn't even involved.
No kidding.
Well, that's like we were talking earlier about the Wild West. I think that's another story that
Oh, they're mostly stories. The duels and things like that. That like that didn't happen. These people didn't do that stuff.
A 6th century pope suggested people say God bless you when someone sneezes.
And we're still doing it today.
Yep. 2 of the world's deadliest plagues wiped out half of Europe's population during the 6th century. Since sneezing was an early sign of the plague, the idea was a prayer that would protect the sneezer.
Yeah. Still saying it today.
Some of these are kind of stupid.
Well,
I think that's
we're an hour in.
Oh, are we? Oh, okay. I was hoping Stanley Tukey scrubbed toilets that didn't have running water.
That's got to be fun. How?
I think we'll end with Evan.
It gets worse the more I think about it. Just oh my god! Holy cow!
It sucked to be Stanley Tukey. Anyway, Evan, tell these beautiful people goodbye.
All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking it out with us, and hope you have a great week and you don't get any snow and you don't freeze.
Yeah, your pipes don't freeze and you have to clean toilets.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it's what is it, 3 degrees out? It's cold.
Is it really? Oh man!
It was on the bottom of my screen a minute ago. Now it's gone.
Oh, mine says 12, but I don't know if that's updated.
No, my phone's still saying 3 up here. So
yeah, I got
feels
12.
like negative 12.
But I see that snow. Oh shit! But
alrighty.
Anyway, gang, yeah, go ahead, Evan.
Stay warm and come back next Monday. We'll try to make you laugh again.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, man. We appreciate you. Whether you listen on YouTube, you can join us live on the Facebook, and man, just if you like us, share the page, tell your friends about us, do something. We're trying to grow, try to get up a little bit, maybe make $1. I want to have our first $1 like framed and shit. Our first Facebook or YouTube check. But we got to get some more listeners. So
yeah,
tell your friends, guys, we have fun. Me and Evan love doing this shit, and it gives us something to do, and you guys keep coming back and listening. So we appreciate you. We love you. Peace. Be good to one another, and stay warm out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't freeze to death.
No.
Don't go outside in shorts. Don't be that fucking guy.
No doubt.
That fucking guy. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace.